How to do it. Let me show you how to do it.
Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install a sliding door for your closet. So before I used to have the old traditional style folding doors, and those were very annoying because over time, they get swelled up and they have issues, so I decided to replace it with a sliding door and these are much nicer, much easier to access. Have a track on top and bottom, and as you can see how they close, and they're accessible from both sides, so from this side and also from this side. So much nicer, much easier. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install it. So I got these from Lowe's, and they come with three main hardwares, basically two hardwares that is installed, and this particular piece is mainly for kind of covering the top rail. So the very first hardware is the bottom one, which is a trail that you need to install, and then the second hardware is this thing that goes on top, and that's also very easy to install. So I'm doing the exact same install in another room of mine, and here you can see these are the brand new doors, and this is how they come from the back side. It is kind of like this. So these are very light, but they kind of serve the purpose because the finish is nice, and even if you have the folding doors, they're kind of like the same stuff. It's just you have two sides of it on the folding doors, and those are not that good. In fact, I have some lying outside. Let me show you real quick. As you can see right here, these were the folding ones, and as you can see over time, they kind of go bad like this and kind of get swelled up, and I'm just fed up of these. So these are not good at all. So I decided to take this completely off, and this is what I bought, and let me show you the part number on this. So this is the sliding, it's called frame sliding door. This is the size 72 by 80, and this is the model number 9089 if you want exact this size. So this is the UPC number. So I got these from Lowe's. They're like about 170 bucks for two sliding doors like this, and they have different sizes too, so depending on what size you're looking for. So those were the old hardware that I'm not going to be using. I just have to remove all the old hardware from top, so it's a nice clean opening, and the track came with it, so I put the track right there, and this is the top track, and this is the coverage for the front. So how do you install the top track? Basically, you see these notches right there, they kind of stay on the front, and the reason they stay on the front is because this thing is supposed to go right here and get installed like this. So you may want to put this up front, mark your spot how you're going to install it, make sure you drill holes and stuff, and then you can mount this guy on top of here, and then you can screw everything together at once. Or you can even mount this here first and then just hold it up there and just screw it. So either way works. Doesn't really have to be the other way around. I like to mark my holes, so just have somebody hold it there, mark your holes, and make sure you have enough space. So when it comes to spacing, how do you know where exactly you need to install the track and all that stuff? So it kind of tells you in the manual or the paperwork that comes with it. The instructions aren't the best, but at least it tells you that this needs to be 1/1/8 of an inch for the bottom track from both sides, and this is the top part. So the top part needs to be 3/16 from the top, and then this is how you mount the door. Basically, just kind of put it at an angle, put it on top first, slide it, and then this thing notch just kind of goes in, and that's how I install it. So okay, so what I decided to do was put this into the notch, and as you can see, all the notches are in. And you just kind of press it hard, just like this. And now leave the plastic on so you can take that off later, but now it's ready to be mounted like this. And you can leave 3/16, which is about this much gap, and you can eyeball it too. It doesn't have to be perfectly like this, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a screw in the middle and kind of center it, and then put 2 more screws on each side, and that should be plenty. Okay, so this is how much gap I left from this side. This is how much gap I left from this side, and I installed it by myself, just by holding it. I couldn't record it at that time, but basically what I did was I hold it. I just made sure both sides are equal, and I put a screw right in the center. And once I had the screw in the center, then I kind of leveled it from this side, so you have equal length, equal distance, and from both sides. And I just put 2 screws on each end, and then I just put extra screws in the middle. And the screws that I used is not the one that came with it. I used this type, which is mainly for wood, because I have a wood structure on top, you know, so it goes in very well, and it kind of hold on to the wood pretty good. So it's nice and sturdy, and that's pretty much it. So again, I put this first, and then I installed this first, because once you install this track, it's almost going to be very impossible for you to install this, because it goes into the grooves and stuff. So much better if you install it beforehand and then install this. Now it does have a screw, so if you really want to flush it in, you can go back a little bit and then you can flush it in. I don't want it flushed in, because I do want my doors to be a little bit on the outside, because I don't want to see too much. I don't want to push it too much inside. So yes, you do have some flexibility. You don't really have to go exactly how they tell you on the paper. If you are moving this a little front, you may have to move this the same distance so they're aligned and straight. So the bottom distance, it was 1 3/16. So we're gonna mark. I use the exact same distance as given in the paper, so I'm gonna be using the exact same distance at the bottom as well, 1 3/16, and mark it. I'm gonna put my holes, since I have a tile ground, I'm gonna have to drill it. And then once I drill it using the proper drill bit, the one for concrete, so it's a little bit bigger from the top. And once you drill it, then this is just a matter of fixing it to the ground. If you have caulking, I would recommend throw some caulking at the bottom and then lay it down, so it kind of seals it in. Or you can even do caulking later from the sides as well. So all right, let me go ahead and mark my points, and let me do some drilling. Okay, so I did my measurements, and I put lines here, and I put marks on each hole, and now I can move it and I can see my holes. So these are the drill holes that I'm going to be putting on, and the line marks are the ones. Ignore the ones over there, those were from the old side. So with that, let me go ahead and start drilling. Okay, so I installed it, drilled some holes, and 1 screw there, 1 here, 1 in the center, and then 2 more, so 5 screws total. And what you can do later is put some caulking around at the bottom and the inside. And now it's time for us to install the door. So the way we're going to install the door is, one is going to go on the back side and one is going to go on over here. So these are the 2 tracks for the front and the back. So this is for the front door, this is for the back door. And the way you do it is, you're just going to put it at an angle and put the wheel in there, pop it in, and kind of lines in. So the back one goes on the back strip, and the front door goes on the front. So these are the doors. Now these are adjustable, so make sure you have enough adjustment to install the door. If not, then you may have to play around with this setting and to loosen it up or to tighten it up to see which way it fits better. So let me go ahead and try to install it. Yeah. from top. So it seems like I may have to bring this down because I don't have enough clearance at the bottom. So if I go on the clockwise, then it loosens up the door a little bit. Basically it pulls the door up on the track itself. You go on the right. Okay. Now it's just a matter of getting it on the track. I'm going to have to push it in a little bit. Okay. As you can see, my ground is not too level, so I have to bring this side down a little bit. And we have to go counterclockwise to bring it downwards. There you go. And now at the bottom is just a matter of clicking it. And I just push the bottom track downwards and so this is the front. Do it the same way, put the beams in first, and then the bottom side goes. And again, this side is a little bit tight, so let's do this up. Get this tight. There we go. Okay, so now what you need to do at the bottom is, see this tab right there? Once it's on the track, you just push it downwards. Let me show you how it works. See, over here you see that tab right there? That is the tab that goes inside the track and lock this in place. So right now, as you can see, it's not, I don't have too much clearance, but I just have to lift it up and bring this inside the track. I may need to use both hands to lift it up, and then once it's in, I'm going to push this tab inwards and it will lock in place. Okay, so now as you can see, it's in the track, and all I have to do is just push it in and it'll lock in place. Same thing on the back side. Go on the other side so I can show you guys better. This side is not locked yet, that's why it's coming off the track, but there you go. So it's on the track, push it in, and now it's locked in place. And now it is locked. Now I can open it or close it. There you go. Now it does have some gap right here, and you can buy one of those foams, you know, that goes in the middle, Not much you can do about this because this is how it's manufactured, so not much clearance on that side, or nothing you can do pretty much. As you can see, both doors are exactly the same, so it's not like, you know, you can put this one backwards and it'll be better. It'll be exactly the same. So that's it, guys. The door is installed, and you can see much cleaner install and much nicer than the folding doors. So hopefully this video helps you guys. Again, if you need to do any adjustment, if your door is not closing properly, you know, you can come on the back. There's no adjustment at the bottom one, but you can make adjustment to this one. Mine is maxed out, so not much I'm gonna do. Also, my doors are a little bit tighter because when the tile guy installed the tiles, you know, he kind of lifted the tiles up a little bit. So maybe if you're getting tiles installed or something, one thing is to tell the tile guy to keep it lower over here so you have more clearance to play around with, you know, because if you have gaps, you can always fill those, you know, with by adding something. But if you have a tight space, then not much you can do. So that's it. You know, mine isn't too bad. So I think I'm happy overall. And it's an easy install. It looks much nicer for 170 bucks. So guys, if you like the video, if you like it, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you.